was born to be free.
Good morning. It's a Friday in April and I've taken the day off work so that I can go sailing for 3 days. I'm really looking forward to it, and this is why we do all this DIY, isn't it? To actually get out on the water. And the winds should be okay, we should be sailing. I'm going to try and get down to Newtown Creek today from here, from Chichester Marina, which is about 6.5 hour sail, plus or minus an hour depending on tacking. So that's putting me pretty close to low water. Spring tides at the moment, but in this boat I can actually get into Newtown Creek even at low water if I'm careful at Newtown Creek. If I get ahead of plan, I may push on to Yarmouth, because I haven't been there for years and I've never been there in this boat. So I may go as far as Yarmouth, because I hear very good things. My dad's always talking very favourably about it. And we were last there on a charity sail along the south coast, probably 4 or 5 years ago. So we're going to have some fun. Then Saturday, tomorrow, sail back with a nice following wind, I hope, to Chichester Marina, which is now part of the Premier Group. So I've booked in there, so that's nice. I get a free night there. And I've got my application form for the Lighthouse restaurant, because you have to become a member now. So I've got that ready, and hopefully I'll get a seat at a table at some point. And then Sunday, sail back to here when the winds are going to be the lightest, but I think that's an opportunity from Portsmouth, Chichester Marina, back to Chichester to maybe get the mackerel line out and see if any mackerel want to come on board. So I'm really excited about this. This is what we do all our work for, so please come with me.
Do you want me to go at the front, Steve? Okay, mate. Alright, thanks. Hello, quick update as I approach Easthead. A few boats out, quite a few actually. There's quite a breeze, but I've been mostly going into it. Interestingly, even though I've been running up at 2000 RPM to make my way against the current, the temperature on the engine dropped since it was just idling in the marina. Just a bit, but I think it's all that lovely cold water splurging through it. So that's all working very well. I think we're in for a bit of an interesting sail. It's kind of persistent 12.5 knots. So I put one reef in the main. I noticed other people have done the same. Let's see what it looks like outside the harbour. Maybe I can shake the reef out. I hope I don't have to put another reef in. But yeah, so far a bit of a slow start because of the current, but we're on our way. Well, we're here at the mouth of Chichester Harbour, right here. And here's the bar ahead of us. 20 minutes or so, half an hour before high tide. So just going against the last bit of inward current. But the sun's come out, which I wasn't expecting today. I think the next 2 days are going to be sunny ones, but yeah, we'll take that. We're in a long parade of ships. Everyone's got the same idea. Let's head out. Let's go and have some fun. So I'll have to have my wits about me because there'll be lots of people. Of course, we've got to cross the shipping lane. I'm trying to do that over by the forts. And of course, I've got AIS now. So doesn't mean I can be any less safe, but at least I know that regular instruments on ships, big ships, will show me up. Right, let's get the headsail up. pushing past 6 knots. Go! Get that engine on. Right, let's save the battery. Right, we've settled. Good 5.1 knots. On the right kind of course. Now we can relax. Keep an eye out for lobster pots. Tidy the lines. Open this up. So it's quite busy out here, but most people are going in the same direction, up it towards the Isle of Wight. And the wind is like a steady 15, 16, and we're doing 5.5 knots over ground. Lots of radio traffic. We're approaching the shipping lane, and there's a tanker in front of us, but I can't see much else, so we may be able to get across it over near the forts. That's what I'm hoping. Just brought you back because I'm at the forts. Let me show you. I'm at the forts, and I'm going to be crossing between them. But I'm keeping an eye on this ferry who's coming in, who's going to pass half a mile behind me. So put my engine on, so no matter what the wind does, I've got control, and I'm going to zip across. Because you know I'm a bit wary of these ferries, but I don't really want to heave to and wait for him to go. So I think let's see if we can get across. Smartish. Change of plan. I'm gonna get past this fort and just stay on my side of the channel so that I'm not trying to cross in any way ahead of them. It's quite clear they're going to have to cross in behind me, I think. And I'm listening to Portsmouth VTS in case. And in fact, I know they just asked to slow down because of some other stuff going on in Portsmouth. Should be all right. I decided to bring in the headsail and do a large tack, head away from Portsmouth, and let that ship go through. It's the easiest way of showing very clear intentions to get out the way. They move so fast. So I never went in the channel, although I got close, but it would have been quite obvious I was going to take avoiding action. They're big, aren't they? Big and fast. Right, I passed Portsmouth and the forts are behind me, but this wind is persistent and it's just going over 20. And the auto tiller was struggling a bit. We were going left, we were going right. So I think the headsail was a bit overpowered, so I've reefed backed. And now we've got a beautiful view, bobbing around. 5 knots over ground, 4.8, 5.2, that kind of range. And a bit of a lean on, but we're doing all right. Making progress. Woohoo. I've unleashed the afterburner. I took out the reef in the headsail just to get nice and speedy across this guy, and I'm doing 7.7 over ground. Boat is surging. Now a good few of that is probably current, but nevertheless feels good. 7.8 over ground. I think I'm going to go north of the central bank, so I can almost keep on this heading. I'll just come back into the channel a bit when this ferry's gone, and yeah, we're flying. Well, I don't know if you can see that, we 8 knots over ground, 8.0. Sitting up here, keeping an eye past this container boat ship. I think it's going to turn towards us and pass down, so I'll need to take care of its wake, or see what its wake's like. And I've got a Southampton to Cowes, is it? Ferry crossing, but we're okay. Yeah, this is, I've got full headsail, one reef in the main, and I'm just kind of powering past Southampton and Cowes really. Here's my plan. I'm quite comfortable with a bit of a spicy lean on. It's the most I've loaded up the boat, so it's a good test. My new main sheet traveller doing its job. Yeah, I'm fancying Newtown Creek if there's a mooring buoy. If there isn't, I've got to decide whether to anchor inside, anchor outside, or press on to Yarmouth or Lymington. But at the moment we're making really good time, so let's see what it looks like when we get there. What a lean. It's nice sitting up here, got the lean on. Quite blowy, but I'm enjoying it. It feels safe, boat's doing well. Just keen to get past Southampton quite quickly with a few container ships coming out. But we can keep on this tack for a while. I'm going to take a few tacks just to get around that point on the Isle of Wight with Cowes. But she's doing lovely. Kind of 17-18 knots, fairly consistent. Wind gets tired, unfortunately. Yeah, it's still a bit of an odd feeling looking horizontally and just seeing the sea. But yeah, we're doing a little cross-channel tack, making slight progress to our destination, but because the other tack takes me towards the mainland, I need to get back towards the Isle of Wight. Settle. Right. Reefed headsail. Just zigzagging across the Solen. It's beautiful. Flying along at 7 knots over ground. Good a good number of that, over 5 I reckon, through the water. We are flying. We are flying. I think we've got one more tack till Newtown Creek, and we'll see if there's a buoy free. Bit of a rough bit. Wind between 20 and 22. We're punching 6.5 knots over ground, but I just had a huge wave go right over the boat. It got me on the back of my neck from a wave at the front of the boat. At least I ducked. Alright, I don't know if you can hear me, but here's a red port can that I wanted to turn after. There's a boat that's doing the same tack as I'm going to do, because that is Newtown Creek over there. And here are these 2 wreck markers, and you can see the mast coming out the water from that boat that I'm sure was sunk a year ago. Still there. Anyway, so before I get to those wreck markers, I'm gonna do my last tack. we made it. It's blowy here still, but it's alright. And I managed to get the mooring buoy that Becky and I got last June, July. I love it because it's right at the end. So you've just got this beautiful view with all the birds. Maybe I'll see some seals later. Now I did that video for anyone who's interested coming in. I'll probably speed it up, but did you notice I came around the front of this boat and then wanted to come wide to come into the wind onto the buoy, and I ground to a halt. I hit the bottom. Well, it's very soft, but I realised I wasn't going anywhere, and this is a falling tide, so I quickly threw some revs on and got off straight away. But yeah, I need to be a bit more careful about that. One day I'll get stuck if I'm not careful. Anyway, the tide is going out, another hour and a half till low tide. I remember this mooring is so close to this bank. Maybe the swans will come and say hello. But the engine's been on half an hour or so, so hopefully it's charged. The boat has really behaved beautifully. And now, silence. What a day. That was quite hard sailing into the wind. The next 2 days are all downwind pretty much, so that should be much more easy, much more fun. But I need a beer. I'll be honest, I need a beer. But thanks for coming along. Well, I wonder if we're going to get a golden hour where the sun comes out. It's about 7 o'clock, and I've got a barbecue on the go as usual. This barbecue is amazing. Simple one, sausages. And salad and coleslaw as normal, but it's lovely here. The wind has calmed down, it's just a breeze now. Quite cool. I can hear seals over on the usual point there, but no one's come visiting yet. So this might be good night. I'll bring you back though if there's a special golden hour sunset, but I'm not sure there will be tonight. It's quite cloudy. But thanks for watching. Thanks for following. That was a spicy upwind sail with a reasonable amount of tacking, some manoeuvring around a ferry, but I'm quite pleased that in knots that then persisted 22 knots, winds that persisted 22 knots, I just tacked, held my nerve, one reef in the main, sometimes I reefed the headsail. I did over 6 knots speed over ground most of the time, and then lined up that final tack and brought her home and just took the sails down outside. So I'm getting there. I'm definitely improving, and now I've got 2 days sunny downwind sailing. I can't wait. I hope the weather forecast delivers, because this should be really fun. So look out for the next video. Thanks.